Okay, guys, this is BCP. I've been watching him for a while now. He's conservative, but he's very smart and he's very on point. Um, I need you guys to see this clip because there's people telling me that I'm nuts, and I'm tired of being told I'm nuts.
All right, folks. Now, another question we have, kind of a weird pivot, but I want to get to this story, is why the about face? Why the about face yesterday with Jen Psaki tweeting out about, negating and debunking the bioweapons labs when Victoria Nuland, just the day before, so on Tuesday, Victoria Nuland in front of the Senate says, yeah, we got these biolabs here, and we've got to figure this stuff out, and what have you. And then Wednesday, late yesterday, Jen Psaki says, oh, no, there's nothing to worry about here. That's all fake. That's all conspiracy stuff. All right, folks, this is going to clarify lots of what's going on when it comes to that. And it's this. Let me back up and show you this company. The company is called Black & Veatch. That's how I pronounce it. And they did something for the government. They constructed biolabs. Biolabs operated under the Pentagon's Defense Threat Reduction Agency from 2008 to 2017 were constructed and operated by Black & Veatch. This is after they received a $215.6 million contract to do so. By the way, we've been hearing a lot of the government.
Okay, now what happened in 2008? In 2008, Obama was in office, and I've got this from Glenn Beck, the Ukrainian scandal. He did a chalkboard outline of everything that went on. In 2008, Obama put Biden in charge of Ukraine, and then I think it was like 2016 or something like that. They were trying to investigate how all this money coming from America got lost. There was a whole shit ton of it. There was like, I'm not good with numbers. It was a lot of money. Biden actually got the prosecutor in Ukraine fired, and then put his son Hunter in charge of Burisma. Well, Burisma was cooperating with a bank called Private Bank, Privat, no E Bank, and it was run by this malicious thug guy. Okay, so for me to collect all this information from different sources and stuff like that and put it together too from other people that have put things together like that, you guys need to understand this stuff. Okay, now this was complicated to me. That's another reason I'm just showing you the video, because I probably couldn't remember all of this. So on top of Burisma, and on top of the what was it, $7 billion that was lost to Ukraine over the last couple of years, like this just tops it off too. Okay. And then to top it off, okay, this is March 10th, 2020, as you can see, okay? He was saying how for the last week, China has tried to hack the State Department 6 times, okay? I've been wondering, with all this focus on Russia, what China's doing. But they have hacked the Washington 6 times this week. Just this week, they have tried to hack it. And now we are finding out that there are biolabs in Ukraine, and the Ukrainians had the bat virus, that stupid shit. Okay? They had it moved from China to Ukraine. These people are relentless.
Calling this the Pentagon's Defense Threat Reduction Act, that these labs were there as a threat reduction strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to 1996, the DTRA was known as Defense Special Weapons Agency. That's right, folks. They've been playing this mind and this semantics game with us. The Defense Threat Reduction Agency, the same agency prior to 1996, was the Defense Special Weapons Agency. That tells us a lot. That's why they changed the names, to obfuscate and to hide what they're doing. Okay, so the Department of Defense and the Black & Veatch project, including the building of labs in Ukraine, Azerbaijan, Cameroon, Thailand, Ethiopia, Vietnam, and Armenia. Then something very interesting happened in 2014. A firm called Metabiota, that specializes in detecting, tracking, and analyzing potential disease outbreaks, signs an $18.4 million federal contract as a subcontractor to Black & Veatch in Georgia and Ukraine. So follow me here. DTRA uses Black & Veatch, and then Black & Veatch as a contractor to build these labs. And then there's this company called Metabiota, which specializes in detecting and analyzing potential disease outbreaks. They come in as a subcontractor for Black & Veatch in Ukraine. All right, folks. There's even documentation showing that Black & Veatch and Metabiota shared the same office in Kiev, or Kiev as we used to say it. In
2016.
Representatives of Black & Veatch and Metabiota discussed biological security, safety, and surveillance with representatives of Ukraine and the United States. In 2015, Google funded Metabiota to the tune of $1 million. But guess who else is in the middle of all this? Remember a little firm called Rosemont Seneca? Hunter and John Kerry's stepson? Metabiota was started with help from Joe Biden's son Hunter and his investment firm Rosemont Seneca Technology Partners, which he founded alongside John Kerry's stepson in 2009. The Hunter firm gave the money to Metabiota. They funded Metabiota, who is a subcontractor of Black & Veatch, who is a contractor for the Defense Department's supposed threat reduction, which is actually formerly the weapons division. Hunter, and I mentioned AG Bill Barr in the beginning, they don't want this stuff to come out. And Bill Barr has been part of the cover-up all along. Barr, on his way out, breaks with Trump on Hunter and the other topic. The Attorney General says he does not see the need for a special counsel to investigate Hunter. These are the things that he said just as he walked out the door. If you look at these two topics, they didn't just screw us on the latter one, but on the first one as well.
Okay, I'm going to pause here for a second because it's not just Bill Barr that it refuses to arrest Biden and investigate the corruption in Ukraine and everything. It's not just Bill Barr. I'm just going to put it that way because I'm probably going to put my butt at risk. And I'm going to probably end up making my own video on who goes back farther than Bill Barr, right? Like, this dinosaur's been in office for a long freaking time and also has a hand in all of this as well. See, Barr didn't have a hand in it. He just knew about it. There's a difference, okay? But he didn't want to risk his life because he knows that this is some life-risking situational stuff. These people are crazy.
AG Bill Barr gave cover to many nefarious, dangerous activities of Hunter Biden, which are now coming to light. This, I'm showing you here, is from the 21st of December 2020, a few days before he was supposed to step down as his second stint as Attorney General. And he said there's no need to appoint a special counsel to oversee Hunter. He knew what was going on. He was trying to hide it. He was playing cover for the deep state.
So y'all keep wondering, like I do, why didn't Trump have these people arrested? Why weren't these people arrested, while Trump was in office? Why couldn't we get rid of all these criminals yeah, it is the deep state. Why couldn't we get rid of them? Because when you have criminals at the very top saying who's to be arrested and who's not to be arrested and who we're going to set up and who they're not going to set up and everything else, you know what? That's some dirty freaking attorney generals, some dirty cops, okay? Now, the cops don't really have anything to do with it because obviously the cops can't just go in and arrest these people. It has to come down from the attorney general, okay? And when you have corrupt attorney generals, when you have dirty attorney generals, you have a major freaking problem. And I know y'all are hearing me. There is a major freaking problem. You think it's just him? It's not. It ain't just him. But he is kind of a scaredy cat. which I don't blame him. I don't blame him. He's dealing with freaking crazy people, like axe murderer kind of people. Okay? At the same time, had he stepped up and done what he should have done, he would have been a national hero. It's just not in him. It's not in him. And now we have worse than him.
And what are we finding out right now? What were the activities that they were involved in? They have been funding these bioweapons through the son of the supposed commander-in-chief. His son and his firm funding and behind the money of the subcontractor that has been building these labs and supposedly therefore researching outbreaks. It's not just the U.S. funding these things. It's the private Biden family, and by extension through marriage, the Kerry family. Secretaries of State, former vice presidents, current presidents that are absolutely entangled in this. You know Don Jr. and Eric and Ivanka and President Trump, and I don't use harsh language on this show, folks, but you know their collective asses would have been in jail if a subsidiary of a subsidiary of a subsidiary of Trump was in any way, shape, or form involved in the funding of any of these labs. Yet this is being hidden. And let's give credit where credit is due. There's multiple people that worked on the research of this. Kudos to Kellen McBean over at InfoWars. We've got to thank Jim Hoft, who they've gone and found in the Wayback Machine a whole bunch of documentation that shows that Rosemont Seneca invested in these firms, things that have now been scrubbed from the internet because they're trying to hide them.
Oh, don't you love it when they do that?
A hat tip to a Bob Bishop. The U.S. State Department admitted to having biolabs in Ukraine on Tuesday. Then yesterday, the Biden White House claimed these biolabs in Ukraine were not biological weapons labs. And then today we have confirmation that these were these labs in Ukraine, and Hunter Biden's firm, Rosemont Seneca, invested in the firms who were building these labs.
Yep. Mic drop. Thank you, BCP. You are awesome. You are amazing. I love you. I love your family. People, this is a good guy. Okay? Keep watching. Keep looking out. I don't even know who to say, arrest these people to, when the people that should be arresting these people are just as freaking corrupt. They're just as wicked. They're just as evil. This is a cluster. Oh my gosh. But anyway, now you kind of understand. Do you really think Putin's going after Ukrainians? I don't know. I'm not going to say that. I'm not there. I'm going to tell you, he's fed up with it. And then, Mr. What's his name? Brent. Well, let's see. I think it's right here, actually.
He is not just a drug addict, failed artist. He is a treasonous, traitorous, rat bastard, as is his father, as is the whole cabal.
Amen.
And if you question them, they throw you in jail.
Yep.
Welcome to America 2020.
Or they try. They try. They won't be successful this time. There's too many of us that know.
Wasn't good enough. Covering treason is part of it as well. And A.G. Bill Barr was part of the cover-up of all this stuff, not wanting to get into the investigations of Hunter to not affect an election, where if we would have known all of these things.
Okay, that was the other thing I was going to say. John Bolton. John Bolton says that he hit the hammer, he hit the nail on the head, but then he tried to pull it back out because he didn't like what he said. He specifically said Putin didn't invade Ukraine while Trump was in office because Trump was doing Putin's job for him. Inadvertently, yeah, it stopped the Bidens from doing a bunch of corrupt stuff over in Ukraine, or at least slowed and quieted their process to where they had to crawl across the floor to get more stuff done over in Ukraine, or more corrupt money, more corrupt stuff. Yeah. Duh. But Bolton wants to say, oh, he's buddies with Russia. Da, 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 da. You know what? I think Trump's made it perfectly clear that he's not trying to be buddies with Russia. But you know what? I'm going to say something. I don't think that it should be illegal or wrong to say Putin's just trying to protect his people, okay, over in Russia. He's just trying to do business for his people over there. And do you think he wants these biolabs near Russia? You think he wants those sick people coming out of Ukraine? You think he wants people getting sick in Ukraine and coming over and passing over into Russia and making all of Russia sick? Give me a fucking break. Oh my God. The ignorance, the gall. Seriously. I don't know how many times we've gone over there and invaded and done stuff. And I'm not saying Putin's a great guy. I'm just saying he's trying to protect his country just like every president should be doing. Not raising gas prices, not starving people out, not kicking people out of their homes that can't make it to work because of the fact that he wants to, oh, it's got to come all through my corrupt company, Burisma, in Ukraine, and we're going to go to Iran and communist Venezuela for our gas and oil now. Instead of opening up the pipelines in the United States of America that keeps America thriving. Fuck America, I'm just the president of America and I want my money. Fuck you, Biden. You will always be a lowlife number 2 piece of dog shit. Ooh, I'm done. I'm sorry. I love you, BCP. I'm sorry I shouldn't have cussed while your face is on my channel. But, yeah, that's all I got to say. Oh, and if you think that Attorney General Merrick Garland is going to do anything, you better look up his fucking history. Seriously. I did a lot of research on that man yesterday, and I'm going to tell you what. Bill Barr was better. That's pretty bad. So we find ourselves in a clusterfuck, America. We find ourselves in a major clusterfuck. The person running our country is one of the most corrupt people on the face of this world. And we don't even have somebody that will arrest him. We don't have anybody that is pure enough and good enough to arrest him. Oh no, they'd just rather collude with him. And then let's refund the police. Oh, you mean pay off Attorney General Bill Barr and pay off Attorney General, what's his name, Merrick Garland? Yeah, we need more money to pay these people off to keep them silent so we don't get arrested. Yeah, we'll refund the police. That's a great plan. Not that I was for defunding the police to begin with. That was bullshit too. But do you really think that all of a sudden they turned a new leaf and all of a sudden cops are good? Or do you think that it's bribe money? I'm going with the latter. I'm thinking it's probably bribery money. Alright, that's it. I'm sorry. Thank you. Have a great day, guys. Keep up the good work.